Hi guys, welcome back to the Alpha Crypto channel where I talk about cryptocurrencies, crypto airdrop, crypto news, and everything in the crypto space. I make videos every day. Where I review token. I talk about solid projects. I talk about shit coins and everything you need to see. If you're watching for the first time, you're highly welcome. I want 4,120 subscribers. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so that we possible. So today I'll be giving you guys my honest opinion about buying the deep. Everything I'm going to give you is for educational purpose and entertainment. This is not a financial advice. Make sure you do your own research so that you will not lose money. If you come to coin market cap, you're going to see that so many projects are down. Bitcoin is down 7%. Ethereum is down. Solano is already $192, which is a very good time to buy. Having it in the back of your mind that Solana has been over $200 and something, but then I'm going to explain to you how you can go about this. A lot of YouTubers will begin to advise you now to start buying Solano, buy Cardano, buy this one, buy everything now that it is the bear season. It's time to buy the dip and everything, which they are not wrong, but from experience I can tell you that when it comes to buying the dip is relative. Do you understand? Like, if we want to call this a dip, then this should be the early phase of the dip. So what if you buy the dip and the price continues to fall more and have used all your money to buy the dip? That means, even when the market goes deeper, you would actually be in loss, because let's say you have $1,000 and you say Bitcoin has gotten to as high as $69,000. Then currently Bitcoin is $54,000. You quickly rush, you buy Bitcoin around $54,000. What if Bitcoin goes to as low as $35,000 or even $29,000? The reason I'm making this statement is because I've seen it happen, right? I have been in this space enough to see Cardano go to as less as 0.5, Matic go to that amount, Bitcoin come to as low as 29 or 28 $1,000. Like I have seen that is during the dip after they hit $45,000. It happened this early this year. You understand? A lot of people rushed and bought in $30,000, but it came to $29,000 or even 25 thereabout. You understand? I knew when Solano was less than $30. You understand? So if people are telling you to buy the dip, it is not a wrong advice, but the question is, should you buy the dip in the early phase of the bear market if this is actually the bears taking over? The answer is you cannot. I will not advise anybody to spend all their money to begin to rush and buy the dip in the early phase of the bear market. No, it doesn't make any sense that way. If you really want to buy a project and you are scared that you don't want to miss out too much, if you have probably $100, I can tell you how you can do it. You can split your $100 into like 3 or 5 or 4 space, so you can make it 250. You buy your first dip here. You observe. If it goes lower, you buy another dip. If it goes lower, you buy another dip. If it's coming back up, you buy. Then you buy. You understand? So if you buy the first dip and it goes lower, you buy the second dip. It goes lower, you buy the third dip. Then by then, if it goes lower again, you buy the fourth dip. But if you buy the first dip and it doesn't go lower, it begins to correct, it looks like it's going back up, you now buy the remaining one, you add it to it and you move on. That way it is wiser, it is safer than for you to buy all the dip at one point, then it now falls down. I'm not saying that in as much as you are buying to hold for long, whichever way you are going to make profits, but I'm just explaining to you from experience how you go about it. For example, let me use Cardano for instance. When I bought Cardano, I was holding Cardano when Cardano was like, it was even this year, I bought Cardano around 0. Cardano was worth $0.7, right? That was the period I bought Cardano, and Cardano fell. It even fell more than this. So Cardano was around 0.8. This is around the place I bought Cardano, $0.7 thereabout. If you check here, you're going to see that this was in February 21st. Cardano fell and got to this point, but then Cardano now went so high to $3. Look at somewhere around there, 3.079. This was in 3rd of September. When it got to 3.079, we are still expecting Cardano to go up and everything. And normally, the first time it hit 2.9 3.96. We knew Cardano was going to come back to retest. It broke. After it hit 3.079, we were expecting it to go back and retest, and after then Cardano did not go back and retest. Let me tell you guys what I did. When it reached 3.079, the week it got to 3.079, what I did was I sold like I think I sold like 75% of the Cardano was holding. Yes, I sold 75% of it. Then I left 25%. I left the 25%. Then it started. After then, we were expecting Cardano to go back. Okay, didn't go. I took profit around there. I was waiting, and it was ranging. Okay, so finally, and I started monitoring the market. I noticed that Cardano was going. Immediately Cardano got to. My thought was, any day Cardano goes to as low as 1.8, I'm out of the market. So sometime this week, Cardano got to that space. Guys, don't mind my computer. I marked a lot of spots here, a lot of support and resistance zones for short-term trading and long-term trading. That's why you're seeing a lot of line on my screen. Let me remove it. But when Cardano got to 1 point somewhere around there, because it actually had formed a long wick, then it came up and it recovered around. When it was coming back up around 1.85, I sold off the Cardano because I knew that the bears were going to take over the market. And the next thing, Cardano fell, and currently it is around falling to as low as 1.50, and currently it is trading for 1.542. One thing I'm sure is that this Cardano is going to go down some more because it has formed a long wick below. This is a very strong, this is supposed to be a strong support zone. Now it is below the support zone. This support zone will now become a resistance zone. So if this token is going to come down, Cardano could come to as low as 1.47 thereabouts, and we don't know how deep this market is going to dip. I won't be surprised if Cardano gets to as low as $1, because it has happened many times. If the bears have actually taken over like everybody are projecting, then we are in the early stage of the bear market. This bear market is not something that will just happen 1 day, 2 days. It could be months. So you need to know that if you want to buy, it's not just because some YouTubers are telling you, oh, you are in the bear market, quickly rush, buy, you buy everything. No. What if you are patient enough, just like the way the bull took his time to go up and up and up and up and up? Look at it. Cardano moved from here, this place, $1.059 till it hit $3. So right now, if Cardano is falling, it could fall and get to as low as 1.071. So if Cardano gets to 1.2, it is smart to buy here. If it gets to $1, it's smart to buy, because if it goes back, you already know that it has created an all-time high of $3. So if you buy at $1 and you want to actually sell off, let me show you something. If you buy at $1, you want to sell off, you would have made 200% profit, something around there, like around 200% profit, which will be actually a better way of investing, even as much as you want to hold for the long run. And if you look at it another way, if you cannot buy everything, maybe buying here is not bad. Get my point. You can buy at 1.5. Instead of you to, maybe you have $200 you want to invest, instead of you to use all the $200 to buy at 1.5, you could buy with $100 at 1.5. Then you are patient. You tell yourself, if this thing gets to $1, I'm going to buy more. So you hold on. If it gets to $1, you buy more. But if you see that it is now reversing, it's going back, then you mark, okay, if this thing gets to 2.0, I'm going to buy extra. Like I'm going to buy, maybe I'm thinking it's going back up. But if you're actually looking at the bear market with the word bear market simply means the period the bears are taking over, and a lot of people are panic selling. The market is going down, like the market will really go down, just like the way the market has gone up like this. Then you're expecting it to go down very well too. So most likely it will still come down some more. So when people say buy the dip, I think this is the early stage of buying the dip. You could actually be more patient, and you make more being patient when you want to buy the dip. For example, let's look at Bitcoin, BTC, USDT. The reason I'm doing this is because initially, when I did not really understand how this thing works, I have panic sold so many times. I have bought the dip at the wrong time, and after you buy the dip gets deeper, and you start wondering, but you guys told me to buy the dip. How come I bought the dip now? The dip has gone lower than this. Do you understand? For example, let's look at Bitcoin. In Bitcoin was as low as $29,000. This was in January, and it still happened again. This was around, give me some time, guys. This was around 22nd of June. Bitcoin came to as low as $29,000. And something you guys need to understand is that there's a very strong support for Bitcoin around this $29,000, right? This place, I need to mark it. Very strong support for Bitcoin around this $29,000. So most times, no matter how bad it gets, most times this $29,000 is always a place where there's support. And if you notice, I drew a trend line. This was a long time ago, and the reason I do all this stuff is because in the future, when something is happening in the future, I can refer back. That's why if you see many lines on my computer screen, was probably when I was taking long-term trades, short-term trades. I do a lot of crypto trading as well. The lines I've marked in the past. Yeah, it looks very busy and everything, but if you look at this, then I started drawing trend line of an upward movement before Bitcoin hit somewhere around there, and it took a massive fall, then went back to retest, and it broke it, and it started moving upward, and from there it was upward ever. Now look at this, right? A place to take note of is that Bitcoin, there's another support at $42,384. There's another one somewhere around there, $53,840 something dollars, right? And that is how the support continues to move. So if the bears take over the market, what people will be looking at are the major support zones. You understand? Those major support zones could be very good buying areas. For currently now, if you look at this place is even automatically my computer marked it 55,841 is like a major support zone, but Bitcoin has broken this support zone. Now it will become a resistance zone, because right now this a previous support zone becomes a resistance zone. So it will become a resistance zone, and it means that Bitcoin might be going to the next support zone. So let's look for the next support zone. I think there's a support zone around this place, this position here, right? There's one here somewhere around there. That is 51,000. There are other slight support zones, but these are major ones, right? From somewhere around there, we can find a very good support zone of 49,000 thereabout, 49,000, 50,000, somewhere around this place. There's a support zone here, right? For 48,944, we can call this place a support zone. And there's another one, 42,463, which is also a very strong one. Now the thing is, you can actually continue to monitor the market. If Bitcoin is actually going to come down, it will come to as low as this and come to a low if the bears are actually taking over. But if not, the truth is there could be a recovery and Bitcoin will just go back up and hit maybe the 100,000 everybody are projecting is going to hit this towards the end of this year. But the truth is, we don't know whether the bears have actually taken over 100%, but it looks that way because right now the market is looking bearish and a lot of people will begin to start selling off as a result of food. Countries like El Salvador have started buying the dip, which is smart because El Salvador is going to buy to hold for a very long time. I'm sure if it goes deeper, El Salvador is still going to buy more deep, and that is how they'll continue. The whales will start buying deep. The whales can buy deep from anywhere, but if you're a young person, you have money. I don't mean young person, but if you're a young investor, you have money and you don't have so much money to buy, and you want to buy more quantity of the cryptocurrency, I can tell you that, $54,000 is not a bad place to buy. You could buy a little of it. You could buy like 1/4 of your money. You wait. If it comes down lower, I expect this coin to come down lower. If it comes down lower to probably $50,000, you can buy another portion. Then you wait. If it comes to $42,000, you can buy, depending on how deep it goes, because this Bitcoin I'm seeing here can come to as low as $30-something thousand if the real BS take over and is a really serious bear market. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to the dip season, the early phase of the dip, a lot of people will tell you to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. You FOMO in and you buy the dip, and you just watch the dip get deeper. And I'm talking from the place of personal experience. If you understand what I'm trying to say, please hit the like button. And if you have a suggestion, you have another opinion or contrary opinion, please, I would like to hear your comment. That being said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn my bell post notification on, so that when I drop interesting content, you'll be among the first to see it. Now, in my next video, I'll be telling you the kind of project you should actually consider getting this period if the market is really taken over by the bears, like the project that you would like to have in your portfolio. I will just select some projects. I will tell you, then you can go back and do your own research.